This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. In the midst of all these low-rated Meltzer matches, something weird starts to happen as we see on TV. The Bushwhackers get mega over with kids. If they come out to the ring, every little pair of spaghetti arms in the crowd is doing this goofy Bushwhacker walk as they're making their way down. I mean, the fans are super, super into it. When did you know, not only did Vince love it, but this was going to be a major hit with kids?
Well, I think Vince kind of saw it right away. When Vince looked at him, he just thought that the combination, the natural chemistry that Luke and Butch had with each other, the way that they genuinely were as human beings, you take that and you can get that on camera, it's going to be a big hit with everybody. And kids loved them. Everybody loved. How could you not love them?
Right.
They were friendly. They were just so lovable. You always wanted to hug them, no matter what. They were huggable. They were lovable. And when the kids felt completely unintimidated by them, exactly the opposite of the way that they would have been in the Mid-South, where kids ran from them at the sheer appearance of them. Here, kids are flocking to them, wanting to rub their head and get licked. It's what the fuck? It's crazy. They were two guys that would ingratiate themselves to the audience and didn't alienate one person in the audience.
It is pretty remarkable because, like, I remember as a kid, I was not really a Bushwhacker fan, but friend of the show, Cassio Kid, whenever we talk about all-time great tag teams, we don't say, hey, who are the best tag teams ever, but who are your favorites? And if the Bushwhackers aren't number one, they're one of the first 2 or 3 teams to be mentioned. And I think if you grew up in that era, I mean, they've got to be one of your favorites. And by the way, I think part of and maybe you correct me on this, part of the magic of the Bushwhackers was that great theme song that I think Jim Johnston put together, right?
Yeah, they had great music, and it was just something. As soon as that first lick hit in the music, that people knew who was coming, and they started getting with it right away. The arms went up in the air, and they started marching in there right where they were standing, and everybody was into it. So it was a shitload of fun with the Bushwhackers, everything they did.
92 ends with the Bushwhackers winning the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Award Worst Tag Team.
Oh, fuck.
I don't think that's necessarily fair. These guys weren't meant to have 5-star matches. They're here to entertain kids, right?
And they did.
Yeah.
And if you want to say most over tag team, they probably would have won that too.
Well, the Bushwhackers opened 93 with another opportunity against the tag champs, Money Inc. This time they're defeated. This, of course, is the taping on January 25th for Superstars. Bruce just took a bump. Bruce, are you okay?
Damn, I fucking about did too.
Starting in February, they're working with a new tag team showing up here to the territory called the Head Shrinkers. It's Fatu and Samu. But of course the Bushwhackers are here to make them look good. They've got a huge winless streak here. And they are going to start working more comedy matches, with, the little guys. At this point, do you feel like the run is coming to an end?
I think that it was time to give it a rest. Yes, I do. I think that, they could ease up a little bit here. Yes.
Time for a new, a fresh paint of coat, maybe.
Fresh paint of coat is right.
How do they acclimate to the rest of the group? This is a traveling group here now that becomes a big family on the road, and they're bringing in new characters all the time. These are old territory guys who've probably worked with most of the locker room at one point or another. But they're coming in under totally different, sort of look and feel.
Well, that's the point. Yeah. They probably had worked with 90% of the locker room before.
Right.
And again, I don't know, which is a pretty hard thing to do in this day and age. I don't know of anybody that has anything bad to say about either one of them. And put on top of that, Luke was a booker for a long time.
Right.
And you'd be hard pressed to find somebody say, oh yeah, that fucking Luke Williams. Most people are like, nah, he's a different cat, but, a very creative one and just a genuinely good guy.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.